Today's video attempts to answer one simple but not so simple question. Should you change for the woman you love? Now, before I go any further, I need one simple favor. Drop in the comments below whether you think change is something that you need to do for the woman you love or someone you love in your life. And then after this video, come back and comment under your very comment and let me know if your answer will change. The assignment is simple, but the conversation may not be. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back. My name is Jessica and this is my YouTube channel. So in today's video, let's talk about whether it's important to change for the woman you love. Remember, this video is sponsored by Passion Air. It's an airline that operates in Ghana. And if ever you find your way to the motherland, you make sure that you use Passion Air every single time and you'll have no regrets whatsoever. Go to flypassionair.com and you'll get all the information you need and more. All right, so should you change for a woman? Big question. First, let's look at the pros and cons of change the way I see it. Now, change can be negative if the following happen. Change is negative when you resent them for it or will in the future. Now, there are certain types of change that just hit at your core. And it's something that most likely will make you regret for the rest of your life. That thing that inherently changes who you are down to your core. So much so that you do not recognize yourself. The kind of change that breeds resentment. Such change is absolutely negative and should not be embraced by anyone. Number two. Change is negative when you're under pressure. And by this, I mean there's something that's happening in your relationship or in your life, and this person is just piling on loads and loads of pressure to see you change. What I'm saying is, if you're going to change yourself just because you love someone, that's entirely your decision. And you should be conscious of it. And you absolutely should be doing it for the right reasons. You shouldn't be doing it because you feel like you need to change fundamental things about yourself to make somebody else happy or to earn somebody else's love. You're wonderful just the way you are, and whoever is in your life should begin to accept you for who you are. Don't get me wrong. Compromise is important, but whilst compromise is important, it also is important that love shouldn't be something that you earn by molding yourself into your dream or into this person's ideals or ideas of a dream lover. Whether your partner openly pressures you to change or it's something that's done subtly, change should always come from you. And it should come from a realization that your current behavior is influencing or affecting your relationship in a way that will eventually become detrimental to you if you do not instigate the change. However, most change becomes short-lived because people only change for other people. They change because they want to keep their partners happy. They change because they want to fit in. They change because they're embarrassed by certain things that are going on in their lives. Whereas the main reason you need to implement change at any point in your life is when you come to the realization that change is important for your growth, your success, and everything else. Number three, now change becomes problematic or negative when it always seems one-sided. You're in a relationship with a woman and yet it seems as if she is Little Miss Perfect whilst you are the one who constantly has to change to suit her. Don't get me wrong, it's actually quite normal for one person to be the one who may compromise the most in a relationship. But when it becomes them every single time and all the time, then it's a little cause for concern. You both have to be willing to change to make the relationship work. Number four, change becomes negative when you ignore other important people in your life. Changing to the extent that you stop hanging out with other people that meant so much to you is actually worse for you than better. Changing to the extent that you actually stop hanging out with other people that you love is never a good idea. Whilst your family will always be there, your friends, on the other hand, may not take kindly to the fact that ever since you met this girl, you have, completely disappeared from their life. You do not want to hang out. You don't want to do all the social things that you guys used to do. And you may end up paying dearly for it if shit hits the fan. Don't forget, there are no guarantees in relationships, and life's journey is long. So you never know exactly when you are going to have to fall back on these same friends you've abandoned for this new woman in your life. It's always important that you keep a healthy balance when it comes to family, friends, and your love interest. Make sure you have a life outside your relationship. After all, romantic love may not be forever, but good friends can stick around for a lifetime. So I just shared with you 4 things that make change negative. On the other hand, just to balance this conversation, let me quickly run through things that make change positive. Change is positive when you're becoming a better person. You can see, you can tell you're becoming more understanding, you're tolerating people, you're loving better, you're caring for those around you. You know, such positive attributes that come with positive change can be life-changing. They can affect your relationships positively and enhance the union that you share with your significant other. I mean, when we're in love with someone, we always strive to be a better person for them. We want to be the best partner that we can be. Change is positive when you're expanding your horizons. If your partner is introducing you to new things, new worlds, opening up new doors for you that enhance the person that you are, that increase your productivity, that generally make you better off and smarter than you were yesterday, that take you out of your comfort zone and really ignite growth in your life, then this is a positive change that you absolutely want to embrace. Not a lot of people have partners who help them, who assist them. And so if you have someone like that who's insisting that you change for the better, it's a positive change that you absolutely must embrace. And well, whilst you do that, just remember not to leave behind the things that truly make you happy, your own interests, and just things that keep you going and make your heart smile. Balance is always the key word. Now, the third type of change that I will deem positive is change that is insignificant or reasonable. You see, in life, it's important that you don't sweat the small stuff. Sometimes your wife or your girlfriend might tell you, hey, I like men with a beard. You hate beards, but it makes her happy. You could just grow a beard just because. It's really neither here nor there. Growing a beard might offer you a little bit of discomfort from the start, but maybe something you'll be able to tolerate once you get through that, should I say, scratchy season. And I hear men complain about it a lot. So I'm just saying, put weights on some of the requests that come from, the women in your life or the people that you really care about. And you'll realize that it's not a big deal if you just do certain things or make certain changes to your daily habits to make things run a little smoother between the two of you. Holding on to the baby when you come home from work while she does the dishes, or doing the dishes while she cooks. Things like that are positive. They end up bringing couples together and everybody stays happy and hearty. And of course, there are those things that you just really have to compromise and change if you really want your relationship to thrive. Perhaps you have a bad habit. Let's say you have a bad smoking habit. You know that you have children now, or you want to have children in future. The jury is out there about, basically the hazards of smoking or keeping a habit like that. And your partner tells you that, look, I really want to see you here. I want to see you in the future. I want your kids to see you grow old. So please quit smoking, or at least reduce the number of cigarettes you have in a day. And over time, let it taper off into not smoking at all. Such compromises are reasonable. They come from a genuine place. And I believe that instead of just brushing it aside and saying, well, this is who I am, you knew this about me before we started a relationship or got married. If you think through it, in the long run, it could actually be to your benefit to make such changes. And if that's the only thing that's going to keep your relationship together, then yes, by all means, go ahead and do it. The fourth kind of change that I will deem positive is if you are becoming healthier. Now, I know a lot of people are stuck in their ways, and sometimes weight gain or just healthy eating or nurturing a healthy lifestyle can be difficult. It takes a lot of discipline and consistency, something that a lot of people do not have. But if your partner is someone who is constantly encouraging you to pick on healthier eating habits, to work out, to exercise, that is something that's absolutely positive and you should embrace no matter how hard it is. And the last kind of change I want you to think about is the kind of change that makes you approach conflicts in a better way, in a better manner. I mean, if you realize that you and your girl like really butt heads when there's conflict, don't have a really healthy way of resolving your conflicts, and someone is always leaving hurt, then that is certainly something you need to really look at. And especially if you've been in multiple relationships and all the women are complaining about the same thing, that's the point where it should occur to you that the problem is actually you and not them. And so change that helps you resolve conflicts that come your way when you're in relationships is a change that you absolutely should embrace. It makes you better for it. There's less hurt, in those relationships as well. And over time, you're both able to find like an agreeable spot in the middle of how to resolve conflicts such that one party doesn't feel left out, betrayed, or hurt. And certainly, all these things that I've said are not cast in stone, and they may not be the only reasons why you should change, but it gives you some idea of the positive changes and negative changes that are sort of being bandied about in relationships, right? So I guess all this talk really boils down to one question, and I asked this at the beginning of the video. Should you change for the woman you love? I think the answer at this point is clear. If the change is positive, certainly jump both feet in, dip yourself in that change, immerse yourself in it, and make sure that your woman stays happy. If the change is negative, on the other hand, then it's something that you do not want to go into, because you're going to end up being very miserable, very disheartened, heartbroken at the end of the day, and you will be a shadow of yourself, which is something you do not want to do. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if your answers changed from whatever you typed in at the beginning of this video by commenting right under your own comment. And let's continue to have a discussion on this in the comment section below. Thank you so much for patronizing my video. My name is Jessica. Smash the like button if this video was helpful. The super thanks button if it was really, really helpful for you. And of course, you can join my channel as a member as well to get some exclusive perks just for you. I'll see you in the next video.